All right, so the progression of the submissions in this series goes from inside arm lock to Americana to straight arm lock, or straight arm bar, however you want to call it. From side control, we're going to our Americana, right? So in our inside arm bar, our inside arm lock, the guy got his hands together, pulled them over, exposed himself to the Americana, right? So as we go for the Americana, it's pretty common when the person feels this first hand get pinned here, they know that if the second hand gets connected and you have this wedge right here, they're probably gonna get Americana. It's a pretty strong submission. So a lot of the time, when you either have this arm already in here, or when you pin it and start bringing this hand here, the person's reaction is gonna be to straighten their arm straight away from their body, right? So from here, there's no Americana from here, right? For the Americana, you need that arm bent so that it binds correctly. From here, even if I pull the arm all the way down, this is not an Americana. There's no Americana there once the arm straightens out. But the person exposes themselves to something called a straight armbar. So from right here, similarly to the inside armbar turning to the Americana, as I go for the Americana and try to get my second grip, Dan straightens out his arm. I'm going to maintain this grip on top of his arm, and I'm going to bring this arm deeper underneath his arm. So I go into like my elbow point right here. So with this grip right here, I dig this arm deeper up to my elbow point, and then I'm going to get myself sort of straightened out on him, see how I move my hips or my knees from being right by him to extending my body a little bit. This is just gonna give myself a better anchor so he can't bump me in that direction. From here, I'm gonna take this hand and rotate it so that his thumb is going towards the ceiling, and then I'm just gonna keep this arm as high and tight as I can and literally just push down on his wrist until I get the arm lock there. So I wanna make sure this V is above his elbow. If it's not above his elbow, if somehow I get myself way extended right here and I'm here, this is not a lock. This is just putting pressure on his arm. I want to make sure that the V is above his elbow, and I want to make sure that it's as high as possible. I want to make sure that I get my arm tight so that he has lots of space under his arm. If my arm is flat like this and I go for it, Dan's pretty flexible. His hand will actually hit the mat before his arm starts to break because he's got good elbow flexibility. So as I bring this arm up like this, what it does is it pulls his upper arm further off the mat. So it gives much more space to break. So even though Dan's arm is pretty flexible from right here, his arm is not flexible enough from right here to stop this from breaking him at the elbow. So from right there, look, there's another foot of space, another 8 inches of space, something like that from right there. So let's do it from his head in this direction, so y'all can see the exact position right here. Kazushi Sakuraba, old UFC fighter who did tons of pro wrestling. He's hilarious. Doesn't speak English very well. He calls this the show me your muscles move, because he says, when you're right here, the only way to get the arm up correctly is to flex your arm like you're showing somebody your bicep. So show me your muscles is gonna get you the straight arm lock. We're right here, the arm cupped. I'm trying to go for the Americana. Dan senses it, he straightens his arm out. I maintain this grip, but then I bring my elbow down and I show you my muscles right here. So as you can see, really it is like a flex position, right? I got my elbow straight down and this arm is tight right here. Just trying to keep his elbow as far, or his upper arm as far off the mat as possible. Legs shift back, so rolled in that direction. Control the top, and grab right here, and keep it strong. Keep it like this, just show him your muscles. Keep that elbow point down. Push the pinky towards the mat, and you'll get your straight arm lock most of the time.